Welcome to the first of 6 tutorial videos about Justice Creates and Justice Creates Kids. We will explore a key aspect of the course and how you facilitate that in those videos. So welcome and thank you for joining. When you look at the title Justice Creates, let's not get into the justice part yet, but let's look at creates, the creativity. And that's the title of this video, the heart of creativity, which is actually the heart of the course. That doesn't say that it's centering around art, because art and creativity are essentially different things. According to the dictionary, to create something means to bring it into existence. The word is linked to the first act of Creator God, who created the universe out of nothing. And as human beings, we are created in God's image, and we have that same ability to create something out of nothing, even something that has never been done or created before. It has nothing to do with expertise or gifting, but it simply is there, this ability to create, because we were created in God's image. And creating something means to express a new idea and letting it just flow out of you. To be bold enough to experiment, to even fail, but still to create something that has not been created before. So Justice Creates at its core is a tool to awaken such creativity in each participant. As they are exposed to the creativity that's even happening in the room, in the classroom, during the course, they are inspired. They will be inspired. And that inspiration we have to carefully guard, because it's easy to twist and turn into some sort of intimidation or comparing. We must never allow that. The natural and very great problem with creativity is that there is fear. So we have always this fear of inadequacy, of being bad at something, of ridicule of others, to mock ourselves on our feeble attempts to create something. So that has to do with the negative voices of others in our past, even in our own conscience that is reminded of such ridicule that happened before, maybe. And we will talk about ridicule and how to guard that classroom setting in a later chapter about freedom and boundaries. But now I just want to say that there is a fear factor within each participant. And they will probably say, I have never been creative, I am not good at art. And those voices are just rehearsed from other people telling them that. Because nobody, in a sense, is bad at creativity. Everybody is a creative person. But others want to quench that and push it down. So our goal is to work against such self-judgment, really, and invite people gently into the creative process. Give them very guided approach, not throw at them a blank piece of paper and let them have it, but give them guided steps. Okay, let's do this first. And you can express yourself this way first, and then you give another step, and then you give another step. So it is a very gentle approach in a way, and it's inviting people, but they have to be coming at their own will. We will never force a participant to participate. If they want to do something else, they are free to do so, but they mustn't disturb others. So they need to enter into this room of creativity at their own will, in their own pace, and sometimes that means just letting them do something else. And they're kind of entering a new undiscovered room in their own house when they do that. So every human being has the ability to create. It may look different for each person according to their giftings and their natural personality and their inclination. So some may create rather through dance, others maybe through inventing, others through pottery or sewing or acting or music or engineering or sculpting or building or graphic design or photography or anything that you can think of. I wish we could explore all those amazing things in this course, but we cannot. We have to limit ourselves to the visual arts, some aspects of it, sketching, drawing, and also some writing, some literature. But our hope is that by the end of the course, each participant has gained a new revelation that he or she is a creative person, no matter how skilled they are at a certain technique. I have a quote here for you that kind of sums up this hope. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people, the permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So creating and being creative also unconsciously connects us to our Creator, to God Himself. Creativity is a spiritual thing. When we create, we open up our spirits to either God or to evil. This is why we hear of people destroying their entire collection of CDs or DVDs or movies, because that is kind of a spiritual baggage for them, and they want to get rid of that. On the other hand, we can open ourselves to God's Spirit in creativity when we co-create with Him, when we let Him enter into our spirit. And yeah, that brings freedom. Because it says, where the Spirit of the Lord is, which is God, there is freedom. That's from the Bible too. Even though many artists do not glorify God in their art pieces and even blaspheme, their mere act of being creative is actually an expression of who they are meant to be. It is an extension of Adam's creative act of naming all the different animals which God had created. Adam thus in some small way became God's co-creator. And we become God's co-creators at the same time when we express ourselves creatively. So doing anything that God designed us to do brings glory to Him who came up with this ability. When we see a bird flying at high speed just centimeters above the surface of a lake, our hearts are turned to worship Creator God who made this bird. And as you witness as a facilitator the students or the participants being creative, you may as well be worshiping God and standing there in awe of what is happening in the room. Earlier I said something about entering a new room of your own house when you become creative. And you might be familiar with C.S. Lewis's Chronicles of Narnia, when the children walk up into that attic room and open up that wardrobe for the first time. It's as if we allow people to do the same, entering that thing that they're not even aware of, that place that they have never seen before. It's a new mysterious world for some of them, for many of them indeed it is. And we allow them to enter into that new, amazing, creative realm. That's what you have to do when you facilitate a course. When God launched Debbie and myself into this ministry of Justice Creates, we were working in Cape Town with a Christian working group called Justice Acts. And we were educating people about the dangers of human trafficking. But it had always been my dream to come up with some sort of workshop or creative space where people could just come together and be creative. And we were discovering that creative talents in people are blocked by intimidation, and that's the core source of human trafficking as well. The fear of being enslaved to others. And basically that low self-esteem keeps many people in bondage and keeps them from actually running away. When I had dreamed about this workshop, I attended a class On the left hand side you see that where I actually was exposed to the creative arts again in a new way. And I had not been very creative for a long time, and suddenly that one-day course just sparked something, and was almost like a new season started. Springtime has come, winter has passed for me. And God had to really push me out into this creative realm, into this new room, into that wardrobe, if you will. And you probably have to do the same with some of the participants. You will have to push them out a little bit and say, just do it, just start it. And as a facilitator, you probably need to do the same for yourself as well first. So as Debbie shared this vision with a Capetonian woman, she spontaneously decided to donate the leftover stock of her liquidated art store to us. And there we are with a whole array of stuff in our corridor of boxes of art supplies. And that was kind of God pushing us out into just do it. You know, you just start it and invite others to join you in the creative process. And that's how slowly we developed the course. So your journey into creativity might look totally different, and I don't know what it will be like, but I want to encourage you, just do it. Start and be creative again. If you have, or if you haven't, then start over. And then simply allow others, maybe with the tool of Justice Creates, maybe with something else, to join you in that process. And putting down your fears and creating something out of nothing. Remember, you were created a creative person.